How's it going? Welcome back to another one. We'll jump back into No Man's Skies. We're going to be going over the ship fabricator, which is back from the last update they had. And they also added to it this time around, too. In this update, that was part 1, they added an additional ship you can modify and make, which is really cool. So first off, ship fabricator. It's pretty much allowing you to make your own ships now. Obviously, there's all different types of ships in this game. You have a hauler, a fighter. Solar is a new one. You couldn't do this when it first came out, but you can now. It explores more your science vessels, so you can do all the stuff. You can go in here and like put on different parts. You do have reactors, which will actually justify the actual class of the ship. You have your hull, which is going to be like your cockpit, and you have your wings. So it's a pretty decent amount of stuff here. And again, this is just Explorer. You have solar. You can change out the wings, change out the sails. You can change out the actual cockpit or fuselage, as they call it. Pretty cool. Again, same deal. Reactor is going to be your actual base for the ship itself, what kind of class it's going to be. The hauler, same deal. This is what we're going to be working on today. And the reason for this, I want to make a mining vessel. So we are going to start that today. I've been working on getting a bunch of items. This is a great instance right now. You just saw the ship fly in. So if I walk over here, say I really like these wings. If I come over to this guy, offer buy a ship, C-class, I can buy it for 6.7 mil. And then what I can do is I actually can strip off the wings, the cockpit, or the engine if I want to. And the way you do that is you want to go to the ship salvage, which is so you probably already know what it is. It's a great way to make money. We'll be talking about that in another video. I come over here to the ship salvage unit, and you can go to begin salvage analyst. I'm not going to scrap on my ship right now, but you can either scrap, you can claim for scrap, or extract a customizable module. I won't do this now because I don't want to cause any problems. That'll allow you to pull anything off that you want. Again, it's going to be considered the engines, or thrusters as they call it, the fuselage, which is going to be the cockpit, or the wings. Those could be your three that you're actually going to be trying to get. This was never in the game originally. This game was based around like really adventuring and finding a special ship. For instance, like I have found recently a exotic ship. So the big thing with this game originally was they want you to go explore and find new ships that are really cool, and it's kind of hard to find them. And some ships are like fully customized that are like just in the world that you can actually find. They're really rare to find, and people have done plenty of research on them. You can easily go on YouTube and find them. But now with this new system they put in place, you can just make your own ship, which is really, really cool. If you watch some other stuff, I do a lot of builds, especially in Everphase 2. We do a lot there, and I love building ships. It's so much fun. So what we're going to actually be doing today is we're going to actually make our hauler. I have some pretty cool parts that I'm very excited about. Before we do that, actually, one more thing I want to show off. If you have all your parts for your ship, so say you have your wings, your fuselage or cockpit, and your thrusters / engine, you're going to need a reactor. Reactors you can actually buy from this guy here, the Starship Researcher. Now you have to be careful with this. It does cost nanites, so they're a little harder to get, not that hard. But you can buy an S-class reactor, an A-class, a B-class, a C-class. We are going to be making a A-class, because I want to save some of my nanites for other builds as well. But this is where you actually can find it, and if you're having trouble, if you first spawn in, you land, you want to come over here, you see the stock market thing there, you see the portal there, you want to come to the right, and look for the little picture of the starship. And then talk to this guy, and that's where you find your reactors. So just a quick thing there, you will need a reactor in order to make a ship. There's no getting that. So if you want to make a ship early on, you could, technically speaking. You just have to buy the ships, which can be kind of hard. I have a decent amount of units right now. I've been playing this game for a while, so I've been able to make a lot. So I can just buy ships outright and not care really, and just scrap them out. Another thing to note too is when you do scrap out your ships for like a wing, cockpit, or thrusters, just know you're just getting that part. You're not going to get any money for it. You're not going to get any scrap for it. You're just getting that one part. So if you're going to make a new ship, it's kind of an investment, really. It's going to be something you're going to spend a little extra money with, which this game's really not that hard to make money. It's pretty easy, but just something to keep in mind if you're someone who's, maybe not as hardcore and can't play all the time. Just be careful of that. I have already got quite a few parts, as you can see here. I have a ton. I have lots of builds. You can kind of get an idea for the other builds I have going on as well. But we're going to be rocking these ones here. We have the Strato Hall cockpit. We have the Super Condor wing, and then the Duo Max engine. These are going to be the parts we use. And again, this is going to be a mining-based ship. Let's go over to here. And what you're going to do, so when you have all your stuff, you have your reactor, you have your wings, cockpit, and engine. You want to come over here. You want to start this menu. Go over to what you want. For instance, we're doing a hauler. And then what you can do is pick your actual items. Now, one thing to know, you have to have it on you or in your ship. If you don't, you're not going to see them. It's not like someone's like, Universal, where wherever it is, you'll always see it. You have to have it on you. So something to keep in mind. If you're like playing, you're like, oh, I just got parts, I don't know where they are. Just make sure it's not in another ship you already have. So, we're going to start off with our cockpit. We've got our Strato Hall here. Looks pretty cool. Do a reactor. I am doing an A-class. Go to our wings. Got these really cool wings that I'm very excited about. Go over to our thrusters. So now we have fully built our ship. Now we get to pick the color we want to do. I kind of want to go with the cool orange, white, metallic. So I'm going to do... I think we'll start white here. Then we'll do orange here, which looks really cool, especially on the end, the actual like turbines here. Looks sweet, and the little undercarriage there, it looks really dope. And then we're gonna do, we'll do orange. So now you can fully customize the color too. Again, I don't have everything. There's stealth paint, there's ironclad, there's matte. So I'm rocking a white and orange. I think it looks really cool and looks different. And you can see this is kind of cool. It has like a two-tone going on here. We have the white wings and then the black wing over here. It's very interesting. Kind of unique, and I like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hit assemble. And again, make sure you have all the parts you want. So again, we have our Super Condors, which I'm very excited about. We have our thruster. Very excited about that. And then we have our Strato Hall cockpit. So let's assemble this. And boom, you have your own ship now. See the picture here? You can leave and cancel it. So you can actually cancel it if you're like, I don't know how I feel about it. You can do that. Like, maybe I don't like this orange too much, but I actually am pretty happy with this. You come with the basic stuff. So I'm going to proceed. Add to collection. Boom. And now you have made your own ship, which is really cool. Now the next thing you want to do, each of these tiers will actually give you more slots to actually put more items. We're going to be rocking a phase beam, which is going to be, again, this is going to be based around mining. So I'm not trying to go for major combat or anything like that. I'm doing more for just mining material. So whatever you have, you can actually make automatically as long as you have it. So the way to get that is you want to go to the anomaly, the flyover with our new ship. So if you don't have certain items that you want, all you have to do is go to the anomaly, and then you can actually buy those or unlock them. The anomaly you'll get kind of early on. And again, you can actually start investing in making like the rockets. You can invest, you can get the rocket launchers, you can get, these are actual cosmetics. You can get the teleport receiver, economy scanner, different types of hyperdrives. You also can get like different types of launch abilities. You have different weapons you can add on to. Even a conflict scanner, which is slightly different. So the way to do that, you want to fly over the anomaly. Okay, once you're in the anomaly, you want to go over to this ramp here, left of the big brain guy in the Nexus. And you want to come over here where all the upgrades are. These will actually be unlockable using established data, which you'll find on the ground when you're on different planets. And also they'll be unlocked by certain types of nanites too, by nanites. So you want to come over to the first guy to the left. He's going to be your starship dude. So you can actually go ahead and start unlocking all different things. So for instance, these cost nanites, which are these ones here. Again, a little harder currency to get, but not impossible. It's pretty easy. And you can get all these different types of items. So again, for this build, I'm going to be rocking a phase beam. And I actually might get this too. But I actually, you know what, I don't think I need that right now. You definitely want to get the base item. these mods, you probably could wait on that if you want, because you'll find stuff on the ground. Like, you'll find stuff in general, so you don't have to worry about that too much. But this is where you actually go to unlock these certain types of weapons and gadgets and stuff like that. For instance, you can get a cargo scan deflector. If you're playing more of a pirate role, you can buy this and actually not have your cargo get scanned and then the authorities come after you. So it's kind of a cool thing. Lets you do a lot of different things, which is awesome. Also, if you're trying to craft some of these and say maybe you don't have stolen mirrors unlocked yet, or maybe you don't have magnetic resonator, hydraulic wiring, quantum computer, all you need to do is come over here to the synthetic laboratory, and this is where you can start unlocking these items as well. I've unlocked everything. This is where you can actually start making certain items. Again, this will cost nanites. So again, same currencies before. You got to be careful how much you spend if you don't have a lot. But this is where you can actually get those components to make those special items. Alright, so let's... Actually, we don't even have to do that. We can stay in here for now. So I already have quite a few items that I want to move over to my ship. Go. So first off, I have my cadmium hyperdrive. I've got my cool little cosmetic that I like a lot. We have increased thrusters. We also have our teleporter receiver. And we also have extra mods for our shields. We also have an S-Class mod for our actual pulse engine. And we have another one as well. This is where you have to kind of be a little modular. You have to kind of see what you want to use. Whenever you're doing this, you want to have the items be next to each other. As you can see, it's highlighted now. Same thing with these. That will actually increase the effects that these are giving you. So definitely keep that in mind. So again, I don't have a lot of space here. Now, that's not the end of everything. You can upgrade your ships and actually add more space if you want to, either in the actual cargo or in the actual technology. So you can continuously upgrade. Again, A-Class gives me what I have currently. So honestly, I really don't need this. It's kind of cool, but it is taking up space, and I want to make sure I have extra space. So before we do anything, I want to actually swap back to my big ship here, which has plenty more items in there that I want to use. I want to take this with me. Actually take two of those. Two of those. Swap back. This is the other thing too you can do also. You can actually change the name of your ships, which is pretty cool. We'll probably name something like this, something like that. It's very simple. Ronin's mining ship. Just so I know what it is. I don't really have a cool name for it right now, but maybe I'll come up with it later on. Or if you have something cool you want to put in the comments below, let me know. What I call that for now, just so I know what it is. That's another cool thing you do, and you can change any ship you get, even the ones you find on the ground or whatever, and that ones you made, you can change the name as well, which is pretty sweet. So our next step here, now that we have some items here, let's slot them here. Okay, I can actually go over here, and I've already made this phase beam, which is super nice. So I can just already have that there, and that will actually give me an additional weapon, which I'm going to show in a minute here. We're going to fly back to the actual space station and buy a couple extra mods. So if you want to buy some mods, you want to go back up to the actual starship vendor up here. And for instance, I have a couple already that I can add to my starship right now. So we're going to add this one. That's going to go right here. That's going to match up with our photon cannon, which is going to be the base weapon you get. I also have a additional mod for my laser, so I get additional damage. And again, I'm keeping them next to each other. It's going to help increase the damage. Just a quick thing to show what I mean by increasing the damage. This is without anything next to it, and it has 1770 for the DPS. If I install this next to it, that will bring it up to 2162. So just something to keep in mind. I believe you can have them over here, and you'll still get an increase, but next to them, it actually will heavily increase the damage output and or shield effects, stuff like that. So something to keep in mind. So if you want to buy a couple extra mods, come to this guy. purchase upgrade mods. And you can scroll down. So for instance, I could buy a phase beam module with an S-class. I might as well, because I'm going to be using this quite a bit. I also can buy additional mods as well. I don't need anything else right now. I mean, I guess I could do this one. Why not? Let's do that. So now I have to kind of think, okay, I really don't need a C-class because I'm going to get a better one, and I don't need this A-class is good. What I can do instead, move that there, move that up here, that there, move this here, move that there, move this here. Again, I'm trying to keep these things next to each other as much as possible. And now I can actually put this up here. Now they're not touching. That's okay though. Go over here. Mistakes were made. Again, you'll have to play around a little bit, as I just had to do there. I had to move some stuff around because I do have limited space. I do have upgrades, so I probably will upgrade this just to have more space. Grab our laser here, and we put that next to that. And now that is giving me even more damage in heat dispersion, which is good. It's going to help me keep my laser on as much as possible. So now we're doing much better with damage, which I am quite happy about. So our ship is fully upgraded currently. Now it can get upgraded more. I don't have them on me as right now. But let's go test out the phase beam. The reason for me actually... Oh, hello. The reason for me actually making this ship was I have a entire fleet. As you can see here, I've got some... Wow, I almost took up the space station. This is my new... Well... This is my new capital ship. And to send my frigates that you see all around here out on missions, I need, I think it's tritinium or something like that. Let's see, I think I have some on me. Yes. Tritinium. I need this to actually make the fuel they use to actually go on missions. And one way to find that material is actually in space. You want to try and find an asteroid belt, which I am actually not getting one right now, so let's go over here real quick. We'll have to use as an example here. I don't have an asteroid belt near me. You will find like a bunch of asteroid clusters pretty close to space stations a lot of times. So what I can do is actually change my weapons out by using G on keyboard and mouse, and I can use the space beam, and I actually can mine. As you see, now I'm getting silver. Careful, don't do what I just did. Some asteroids will give you silver, gold, platinum. They will give you tritinium, as you saw right there, or tritinium. Sorry. I definitely think there is. You can kind of tell when these darker asteroids look like they're ones that give you that tritinium. But there's all different kinds that will give you, like I said, gold, platinum, all sorts of stuff. You also get like clusters, which are pretty much like little loot boxes kind of for material. So this one here is actually platinum deposit. So I can seize my ship here and just mine it all out. You will have to be careful of your heat. The other thing to note too is you don't have to have a full-blown ship like I made here. I just did this more for fun. You could take, when you first start off, you can use an asteroid as a moneymaker for the first little bit. So please keep that in mind when you're doing stuff like that. Don't feel like you need an actual mining ship for that. You don't. You really don't. It doesn't actually, there's no real benefit to mining with your ship other than asteroids. It's much better to mine on hand. But again, getting tritinium is definitely, I feel like I'm saying that wrong, so I apologize if I am. Mining from hand is much better. It'd be kind of cool if there's actually a mining weapon that you can get for your ship to help increase the loot you get from these asteroids as you're using your ship. Now this thing you have to keep in mind, which I don't have a lot of defense. It's not terrible. But you will get attacked by pirates, so you definitely want to have some weapons on that are going to be helpful for you. And I think I definitely want to, once I upgrade this more, I want to get more shield capacity. As you can see, I'm kind of running low right now, but again, it's not terrible. But we definitely want to keep that in mind when we're doing stuff like that. Let's actually see how this does in combat real quick. This is the thing too, this is a great way to get upgrades for your ship if you don't want to buy them and use nanites. You can actually take out these, So now I should get some suspicious packet. Let's get some extra cash. If I go over here, these will give you a random mod. So this is a great way if you say you don't have any of these like B items or whatever, you don't want to spend nanites, you can attack pirates. You can go to the actual quest giver and get like, you know, eliminate a pirate, and you can do that. Or if you fly around with a lot of loot on you, you will get attacked by pirates eventually. If you're a pirate yourself, you can actually just attack random people and get upgrades too. Nothing to keep in mind as well. But yeah, so if you get a suspicious packet, which you'll see different times like this, you can just do that. I got a repair kit, which is not terrible, not great. It's not a weapon, obviously, but you will get mods and stuff like that that can help build out your ship more. Pretty cool. One last thing I want to show before we call this out. I'm going to head to my capital ship real quick. I did not realize how massive my ship is. It is freaking huge. Oh my god. This thing's insane. Now, I don't have to go anywhere from here. I can just do it from here. As you play this game, and as you can see, I have quite a lot of stuff here, so I can upgrade my ship as much as I want. But I don't have space, which makes it a little more challenging. But the nice thing is you can upgrade your ships using these types of items. So if I do this and transfer my starship, so I actually have to, okay, these are actual upgrades so I can increase my storage, stuff like that. So we're going to fly back to the space station and see if we can use some of these. So if you come back over to where you actually got your parts, you can actually upgrade Starship. And I have augments. You can spend money to do them. And it looks like you can actually upgrade the class too, but it's very expensive. So I'm going to use my augments I have. So I can actually start increasing more. It looks like you do have a limit. Isn't terrible, but I can keep doing this, and now I can have a full. Oh, it keeps, so this is good. You actually can keep increasing your slots, which I'm gonna. How many more do I have? I'm gonna do one more. I have 30. I might as well do just a row here. So that is one way you can actually increase the space you have for your actual mods on your ship. So that'll allow you to actually stack up more really strong modifications. So now, this is another thing I want to make note of too. You will get supercharged slots. These will massively increase. Actually, let's do this. If I do this, this should actually increase it even more. So you can see here, if I put this here, this is at 27 and 91% heat dispersion. If I put this up here in the supercharged slot, I now get 34 and 139%. So definitely keep that in mind when you're doing this. Make sure you put your items in there, because it's going to be a lot more ability to actually do a lot better with that. Don't think I have any other ones, which is fine. That's something to keep in mind, though, when you're making your ship. So now we have a very strong beam, which is awesome. Again, I'm just going to show this real quick. Let's do this, actually. So we have nothing on it. We have 2403. We put these together. We're at 2503. It's over here and put this here. You're now at 2706. So definitely watch out for those supercharged slots. So it's going to be very, very good for you to have. So yeah, that's the ship builder. That's the fabricator, and kind of explaining how ship upgrades go. Very fun. I'm so excited. We're gonna do a lot more of this stuff too. So you know, if you kind of like this, you enjoyed it, consider putting a like down, and also keep a lookout. We will be making more videos. I have, as you saw before, on my big bubble ship, I'm gonna call it. I've got other builds that I'm thinking about at a later date. They're not there yet, and that'll be a later video. But I do have some really fun stuff I'm very excited about making. So keep up with us, and we'll keep showing you some neat stuff in this game. So we're going to call it there. Thanks for hanging out and watching us upgrade our ship and make our first ship, which is really cool. Again, pretty sure a lot of the community in this game really wanted to make their own ships, and they finally can now, which is so cool. And with the new updates that are coming later on, I'm sure we'll get even more ship upgrades and ship things to do. So I'm very, very excited about that. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.